Are you flying into St. Lucia soon? In this video, I'm going to walk you step by step through exactly what to do when going to the St. Lucia Airport. From landing, immigration, the bathrooms, baggage claim, food, departures, and even some things I really wish I would have known before I went. So let me show you exactly what I did and how it works. One important thing before you travel. St. Lucia requires online arrival forms before you enter the country. It's something that my airline sent me a link to when it asked me to check in, or it actually sent me a couple of days ahead of time saying, hey, to prepare for your flights, there's some things you need to do. So if they don't send you that, we are going to put a link down below so that you can get to that form when you need it. Because if you wait, when you get to the airport, you will be scrambling to try to find a form, fill it out, and all this stuff while people are zooming by you in immigration. So make sure you have that done. And here's an extra helpful tip. Take screenshots of your completed forms in case the internet doesn't work. When you get there, I always kind of download those to my pictures. So they're right at the beginning of my photo roll so that I can get to them quickly. Let me tell you this about St. Lucia. It's kind of difficult to get there from some destinations. I live in Houston, and it's not an easy flight like it is to Cancun for me. I had to fly to Miami, have a layover in Miami, and then fly on to St. Lucia. From here, it was over 2 hours to Miami and then over 3 hours to St. Lucia. And you have a layover, like I said. Sometimes they're very short, so you don't have a lot of time to get from one gate to another. So make sure you pay attention when you're booking your flight and give yourself plenty of time on the layover on the way back, because you will have to go through immigration on your first stop back in the country. My 3-hour layover in Miami was perfect for me because I was hungry. I needed to eat, and I had plenty of time to get through immigration, get my bags, check them back in, and all that kind of stuff that you have to do. So it was great. I had an hour on the way in layover, which gave me plenty of time to get to my next gate, and 3 hours on the way back. I'd say that was perfect. Okay, another big tip for you is sit by the window. I was on the left-hand side of the plane, and it was a clear blue day. And let me tell you, I saw every beautiful island there is out there in the Caribbean on that path. I saw a lot of the Bahamas Islands. I saw Turks and Caicos and more. So it was really pretty. And I don't know if you've seen those places like Turks and Caicos, for instance. The water is incredible there, and you can see it out of the plane. It's really something to see. Another thing you can do regarding that is you can pull up your Google Maps if you have Wi-Fi on the plane, and Google Maps will show you exactly where you are, so you can tell which island it is you're going over at what moment on the flight. St. Lucia Airport is very small, and honestly, it's very easy to get through. But there are a few surprises that can catch you off guard if you're not prepared. It looks a little primitive when you land. There was only our plane out there. It was an American Airlines plane. Only our plane. All we could see was that plane in the whole airport. You walk down some stairs. You know, they roll upstairs. You walk down the stairs, and then you go into immigration. And immigration is pretty small. For us, customs and immigration were actually very easy because we had that form filled out and we moved pretty quickly through. Having the online form ready, perfect. Here's a helpful suggestion though. Keep your passport and your forms ready before you get in line, because they're going to want them right when you get up there, and you don't want to have to dig for them. And I have a really bad habit of sticking my passport wherever it's convenient, and I don't always remember where that is. So put it where you know you're going to be able to get it, and then hold on to it in the line. Here's probably the most important tip in this video. Most people think, I'll go to the bathroom when I get off the plane. I'm not going to get up and go now, which was like me. I did the same thing. So you get through immigration, and then guess what? You get to customs, and you have to get your bags. So there's a bathroom over there. I thought, while I wait for my bag, I'll just run over and go to the bathroom. Well, there happened to be a long line, which is not It's not something unusual for airports. So I got in the line and then I started watching. And then I started asking questions, and I saw that there was only 2 stalls. And when I say 2 stalls, there were 2 little rooms, 2 doors. One was for men and one was for women. And that is 2 toilets, y'all, 1 in each bathroom. And there was a lot of people that got off that plane at the same time as me and had the same idea as me. And then when I got almost to the front, somebody walked out and said, "It's not flushing." So I bailed. I was like so hopeful that there would be a bathroom on the outside of the airport because it was an hour and a half transfer to get to our hotel. So anyway, you want to make sure that you go to the bathroom on the plane if you can hold it. And then we walk on through and we walk outside where the DMCs, that's destination management companies, the transportation companies are. And I saw a sign for a bathroom. That bathroom was 4 stalls. It was 4 stalls, y'all. And it was kind of hidden to where there weren't a lot of people in it. So I was able to use the toilet before I got in my long transfer to the resort that we were going to in Saint Lucia. So you're going to want to make sure you go to the bathroom on the plane if you need to go really bad, or you look for that bathroom that's outside when you come out. And it's not real easy to find. The pickup area was actually very easy to navigate, and there were people holding signs, for whoever they were looking for. Have your transportation information screenshotted in your phone before you leave. You're going to want that because it's hard to remember sometimes which company you're with. And if you book through a travel agent like us, all of that will be sent in an email to you. So jot it down or screenshot that email so you'll have it when you get there. Internet and phone signals can sometimes be slow. That's another reason why you want to just have a screenshot of it or print out a copy if you want to do it the old-fashioned way. So now I'm going to tell you about the other side of the Saint Lucia Airport. One thing that surprised me about the departure terminal is it was much larger. I mean, it's not huge, it's still pretty small, but you go in and there's several airlines that have gates there or that have ticketing counters there. And then you go through security and so forth, and then you come out into an area where there's plenty of seating, but it is crowded. But one thing I want to tell you about the departure side, all the food is upstairs. You'll look around the bottom, there's souvenir stores, so you can grab a souvenir there. There's plenty of seating down there, but you'll notice there are no place to get any drinks or any food. That's upstairs. And it's all up there. You're not going to find chains. You're not going to find anything that you're familiar with. It's just little mom and pop type places up there, but there was some good food. So you want to make sure that when you're up there, you buy any kind of food products you need, or even water, because when you go back downstairs, and I made this mistake, there's nothing. I took my suitcase or my carry-on all the way up those stairs, and then I came back down, and then I thought, oh, I'll grab me a water. Well, guess what? There's no water down there. Remember, prices are airport prices, so expect things to cost more here. If you're picky about food, you want to make sure that you grab something you're familiar with before you get to the airport. I thought there were some good options, but they're mom and pop options. They're not going to be your traditional American fast food. Security was pretty smooth. It was pretty easy. The airport's so small. Everything feels more relaxed compared to bigger international airports. But still, I recommend you arrive at least 2 hours early. They will pick you up from your resort 3 hours early. You have to have your bag checked in on the, through the ticket counter if you're checking a bag an hour early. So you want to make sure that you're at the airport about 2 hours early, and you leave your property 3 hours. That is because you cannot predict traffic there. The roads are very windy, and sometimes there's a lot of traffic. So overall, the airport was super easy, and it actually went really smooth, and I was by myself. I figured everything out. I filled out that form in advance. I learned to go to the bathroom before you get off the plane or wait. I also learned that if you want food, get it when you go upstairs the first time, because there's no food downstairs in the departure terminal. If you can sit by the window on the flight, I would do that because it is so gorgeous. The flight was just a really amazing flight from Miami to St. Lucia. And definitely give yourself plenty of time when flying back to the US on your connecting flight, because you want to make sure that you have plenty of time to get through customs. I've been stuck in Charlotte before, and it's not fun. Overall, St. Lucia is a fabulous place. Super easy to get in and out of. Now you have all the tips you need. It's stress-free. It's definitely a smaller Caribbean airport experience, but hopefully these tips will help you feel completely prepared before your trip. And if you're planning a trip to St. Lucia or anywhere in the Caribbean, reach out to us at Getaway Travel because we'd love to help you, and we know because we've been there. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you in the next video about a great resort in St. Lucia.